You are about to enter the Red and Rev Sports Show experience. Get ready for some real sports talk from some real sports fans who were real sports athletes who have sports knowledge.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 387. Man, what a week. Football has began, and the storylines are getting better and better. Well, let's get on into it. What we got going on this week? The Michael Parsons soap opera finally ends. College football has begun. Uh, we got a couple of NFL players who got paid. We got a couple of NFL players who got traded. Well, just one. We got some suspension decisions carried down. We got some engagements going on. And we got some tennis matches that turned a little personal. That and a lot more. Episode 387. Let's do it, baby.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Red and Rev Sports Show. Red and Coach are coming to you live from the ATL Show. Our Rev is giving you sports talk all the way in Coatesville, Pennsylvania on the East Coast. We come to give you real sports talk because we are real sports fans. We're real sports athletes who have what, gentlemen?
Real sports knowledge.
So here with your boys, Red, the Reverend, and Coach, for episode 387 of the Red and Rev Sports Show. And as is our custom, we now turn our numbers attention to our numerologist on this panel, Coach Patrick Thomas. What do you have for us, Coach?
Good morning, everybody. I'm going to do this real quick. We got a guy who's a legend in the Atlanta Falcons circles. He was the number 3 pick and can you believe this? The 1968 draft. Draft been around a while. 1968 draft, number 3 pick. He wore number 87 for the Atlanta Falcons, but he's number 1 in your hearts. Ladies and gentlemen, 387, Claude Humphrey, Atlanta Falcons defensive player. 387.
Red, what's your thoughts about that one, Red?
Good one, Coach. Like it.
All right, well, you got the pump, the fifth Red on that one.
Claude Humphrey, baby.
That's dope.
I didn't even anticipate it would be Claude Humphrey. I usually try to anticipate who Coach gonna say. Man, he pulled that one out. Had on me on that one.
So he blindsided you on that one.
Yeah.
All right, Coach. Coach was full of surprises today. That's what's up. We got to welcome Revenite Nation. Come on in, chime in, Revenite Nation. Let us know that you're tuning in. The Revenite Nation is a very important part to the success of the Red and Rev Sports Show. So come on in. As you're coming on in, let me encourage you to like and share this broadcast. As I tell my congregation on Sunday mornings, I dare not have you to do something that I'm not willing to do. So I'm doing my sharing, which is caring for the Red and Rev Sports Show at this time. So come on in, share, like, who knows, your share might lead someone to be a part of the Revenite Nation. Revenite Nation, come on, chime in. Let us know that you're tuning in so that we can acknowledge you on today. Let's see who do we have so far. The PP is in the building. Says just briefly ready to slam down the gavel to begin a fire session of the Red and Rev Sports Show. Revenite Nation, rise up. So that means the VP is traveling somewhere today. So, all right, man. If you're traveling, peace and love, man. Safe travels. Winston Thornton from the Eye Test. What's going on? Chat, smash that like button. Y'all share. Appreciate you, Winston. You have been an integral part of the sharing of the Red and Rev Sports Show. We truly appreciate that. Joe Black is in the building, going under the name of Jameson on YouTube. What's up with you? As I thought, the VP is heading to Chicago. Safe travels to you, brother. And eat some Harold's chicken for me. If you go to Harold, you gotta have Harold's chicken. Get the special sauce. And if you're a popcorn connoisseur, make sure you get some from Gaines. It'll bless your life. All right? The president is in the. And if the VP can't be here the whole episode, at least the president needs to show up. And the president is in the building, returning from his cruise, looking for the rare Bermuda flying clamfish, of course. They got the last on the back. All right, Mr. President, so glad to have you. And thank you for gracing us with your presence as we've started a new season of the Red and Rev Sports Show. All right, gentlemen, let's go. We got to keep this train running, for we know we're under some time constraints on today. So we want to honor those time constraints. Let's get on and popping with this show. The VP said, my lady concurs with Harold's chicken. We're going ahead to 87 first Harold's chicken. 87 first. Okay. So we're on 87th Street. All right, cool. Y'all go ahead and enjoy that chicken. They got Harold's all over the place. So everywhere you go, there's some Harold's chicken. So I'm sure you'll enjoy. All right, let's do this. Red, let's start with you, man, because you look very reddish today. You got the red fro going, and I'm digging it. And I'm gonna give you an opportunity to go first on the dope moment, because sometimes you got multiple dopes. Okay, yeah. All right, there we go. I was about to say you on that Jerome Case program for a minute, VP. All right, 87. Yeah, you did pull a Jerome, no doubt about it. All right, Red, what are you doping on, sir?
I am doping on one Tiffany Green. That's right. ESPN gave a shout out to her as being the first African American female broadcaster in the entire industry, and that was shocking to me. I didn't even know that about her. I mean, she's been broadcasting, I guess, HBCU games for the longest, but her being the first African American female broadcaster, let me give her another shout out on the Red and Rev Sports Show from Red, Rev, and Coach, as ESPN did earlier this week. Tiffany Green being the first African female broadcaster, as she broadcasts HBCU games all over the country. Tiffany Green, a pioneer in this business. Keep doing your thing, homegirl. Much love. Boom.
Excellent. Absolutely excellent.
That means she has to look good, too, if you're doing all that. All right, go ahead, Coach. What are you doping on?
My dope moment goes to the man that's being honored today, Lee Corso. Boy, I tell you, they doing a big up tribute to him today on ESPN. And you know he got to be big when Fox is going to broadcast his headgear pick. They're going to do a crossover, they don't cross over much, but they're going to cross over for ESPN and Lee Corso when he does his headgear pick. So it's got to be special. So big up to Lee Corso. Got a tuxedo on today.
Oh, yeah.
Great job, Lee. I got a dope on my little cousin who starts his official career at the Ohio State University as a linebacker. He's a true freshman, scheduled to at least be on special teams and even get some reps on defense as a linebacker. So big ups to my little cousin, Riley Pettyjohn. Put his name on the radar. He's number 20. He's that dude. I remember him getting in trouble as a little kid for being feisty. So he got that grit, that grind. Used to get put out of the pool at my uncle's swimming pool for being too rough. So show some of that roughness out there against Texas and the rest of the guys that you will go against this year. So big ups to you, Riley, man. Proud of you. And I know my first cousin, your mama, Juliet Jones Pettyjohn, is excited. And I know I see the crew is already out there in Columbus. Big ups to the Jones family representing on today in Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, yeah.
Coach, what are you doping on, sir?
I know it's going to be brought up later on, but I'm doping on, well, it ain't going to be brought up. I'm doping on Miami linebacker, I got to remember his first name, Mr. Hayes, for getting involved in a vehicular homicide, Darius Hayes, for getting in a vehicular homicide charge against him before you're opening a game against Notre Dame. I don't know what these guys get these driving skills from. And I know accidents happen, but reckless driving, dude, come on. It's too early in the year for that. It's too early any time for that. So, and he's been suspended from everything. Probably not going to stay on the team. So that's my note moment.
You have got to be kidding.
I'm noping on the Atlanta Braves. Atlanta Braves. Do you all know where I live now? I need y'all to understand where I live now. I live about 60 minutes from the stadium where you all got obliterated Thursday night. And I've been getting texts, calls, about that obliteration. I know you're not going to do much, but I need you all to at least compete. I know the pitching staff is not up to full strength, but I need y'all to at least compete. Because folk around here are not going to put in context that the pitching staff is hurting. So please, please do not get obliterated like you did on Thursday night. 2-1 I can stomach. And I'm going to the game tomorrow. It's going to be on national television. Do not embarrass me, Atlanta Braves, or I'll be shipping all my Atlanta Braves gear back to Atlanta, where my Falcons gear is right now. Sorry about that. So anybody know where my Atlanta Falcons gear is in the SWATs in Atlanta. All right, go ahead, Red.
What am I noping on? Sorry guys, but I'm noping on one. Trey Holly. Anybody know who Trey Holly is? Well, allow me to tell you. Trey Holly is a football player that plays for our very own Michelle Harris's Southern University. So sorry, Michelle, to embarrass you with this note segment that I have to do. But Trey Holly, you get a note moment for me. And hopefully you get a note moment from every guy out there. You know why you get a note moment, Trey Holly? Because my buddy, that dog, my buddy and me, dude, that was so 1988. Why did I see this grown man score a touchdown for Southern University and proceed to walk around for the next 20 minutes holding a self-made Chucky doll, walking around holding it like it's his best friend, my buddy and me? No, Trey. No, dude. Dude, you a grown man, a football player, Southern University, and you walking around on the sideline with a doggone stuffed animal, a doggone self-made Chucky doll, and then holding it around for folks to see. Hey, look at my chick dog. Boy, are you out of your freaking mind? Get out of here, dude. Boy, Falcons, stay away from this guy. I don't care how many touchdowns he's scoring in college. Stay away from this weirdo. Please. Thank you. Trey Holly. Nope.
All right. Please forgive me. This is an Atlanta-based show, even though I'm still in Pennsylvania, but I have to cope with the fact that I just learned today that my alma mater is trash in football. Meigs High School, my beloved alma mater, Red's beloved alma mater, has played football, 2 or 3 games, and they've yet to score. And that's not acceptable. So I'm coping with the fact that I go to a school or went to a school that has not a bad football team, but a trash football team. And we need somebody to do something about it quick, fast, and in a hurry, because we can't be losing to Doug too much longer. I think this is the second year in a row we've lost to Doug, and we can't allow those people on the former Hightower Road to keep talking trash. So Meigs High, get it together, get the football together, because the people who graduated from the Hill deserve better. So I had to do a local cope moment because my soul is not well this morning learning that the football team is trash. Coach, Red, what you got?
What am I coping on? Well, not me, but Tyreek Hill. Dude, you're gonna have to cope with for the rest of your NFL career. You'll pretty much be working for somebody else, not yourself. but your ex-wife, and you have to cope with that for a long time after that awful decision you made to get married to not even one of your baby. She don't even have any kids by you, Tyreek, and you're gonna be paying this woman for a long time. So yeah, I hope it was worth it, dude. That not only are you gonna be missed in child support payments, but now you got alimony payments on top of that. Congratulations, Tyreek Hill. You once was working for yourself and your family. Now you're working for your ex-wife.
You're an idiot.
Where that come from?
Coach, what are you coping with?
I'm coping with
Go ahead, Coach.
Army, the Army program. You came out of last year 12-2 season. You the baddest thing in the armed forces, and you lose to Tarleton State on the first game of the year. Tarleton State is an FCS school, and they had no chance of beating you. But I guess that's changed. Everything changed when you get on the field, and you lost to them in double overtime at home. So Army, I don't know what your season gonna be like, but right now it's not a good start. And I'm glad they trying to keep it hush hush, but it was all over the news last night. So Army, I'm coping with your season this year. You 12-2 last year, won't look that good this year.
All righty. Let's move on to Revenue Nation, see what they are doping, noping, and coping on. They got quite a few comments in the chat. Let's see what they're talking about. Dante Armstrong saying, what's up, good people? What's up, Dante? Donnie Rasa, good morning to you, sir. The VP said, I'm doping on Taylor Towns. Enough said she has not only played well, but she handled the non-melanated Ostapinko with the utmost class as she BTA. Winston Fernandez, doping on Naomi Osaka, bringing Coco Gauff to her winner interview after their match to show Black unity after the incident at the U.S. Open earlier this week.
Stay tuned for that one.
The president says Ostapinko told her she had no education, but she was the one that got schooled. Noping on Ostapinko for getting that tail beat down and then whining that Taylor Townsend had no class. The typical non-melanated coming with excuses when things don't go their way. Non-melanated. Melanated is the word for the day or expression for the day. The president doping on Georgia Tech actually winning a meaningful game. Some people have Georgia Tech as their dark horse. Stay tuned to win the ACC. PP says the Cowgirls, scope with the Cowgirls fans, man, you guys are going to run out of things for us to rail you about. You always keep things interesting. Go Packers, laugh out loud. Winston is noping on Buster Scribe getting caught on 18 scheming women out of their money in Georgia and a fraud case. Canada, Winston is coping. Jerry Jones going to Jerry Jones, no doubt about it. The president's noping on his true fashion. Jerry, the deal killer. Jones blows another one as Micah Parsons goes to the Packers. Is it Micah or Michael? He's saving that money. But spill my yak. Yeah, you heard my yak. He called Michael about 8 times.
Sure did. He sure did.
I read Dante is trying to fact check you. He said the lady does have a child by Tyreek Hill. The president says, as he copes, it's more of a self-cope. On last week, I started my master's program at LSU, but make no mistake, where my loyalties lie, judo. All right, man, you're in Tiger territory, and make sure you go to Walk-Ons. Great sports bar, and if you love Krispy Kreme donuts, Mr. President, get their Krispy Kreme but bread pudding. It will bless your life.
Food ministry.
Yeah, food ministry. Live and wet. Baton Rouge got some of the best food. I pick Baton Rouge's food over New Orleans any day. Any day. All right, and go to Perrines. That's even better than Pop Peppers. Coke president said there may not be a WNBA season next year. Cue the crickets and tiny violins. I can do crickets for you.
Oh boy.
I don't have a violin, but I do have a harp. All right, there we go.
That's sad. That's sad. Oh
I may
Lord.
have a violin. Let me see. Just make sure. Let me fact check myself. Oh man, never mind. We ain't got time for that. All right. Thank y'all, Reverend Nation, for dope and open and coping. The since it's already football season, college football to be exact. Georgia Tech. Do we consider it a big time victory over Colorado last night? They go into Boulder, beat Colorado, and then we got quite a few games to begin. Gentlemen, we didn't even get our lives together by putting up the game. So let me try to do that while we're thinking about it. But nevertheless, Coach, let's start with you, man. What's your college football preview? And I know we'll hear something about USC. I don't know how much, but something. Go ahead, Coach.
I can say I'm gonna use one of my big words. Unequivocally, Arch Manning will not win the Heisman Trophy. Let me stop that right now. Just like somebody said, Dallas Cowboys are eliminated. Arch Manning will not win the Heisman Trophy. Let's put that out of the way right now. Get it on, moving on to the side. Everybody's season thing is going to be I've actually heard somebody even pick Arizona State to win the national championship. And I'm like, okay, you're smoking, but it's okay. Do what you do. They're not going to win the national championship. They may be in the running. One team that was already in the playoffs last year, Boise State, has already been beat. So their chances are pretty much over with. You know, they say you can lose early, but you can come back. Boise, you ain't coming back from this one. It's going to be a dark horse team. Well, they're not a dark horse, but I'm going to tell you my prediction right now for the national championship. Notre Dame. I'm putting Notre Dame out there as my national championship pick. They're returning their backfield. I think 90% of most of their defense is back. And their schedule is not as hard as some of these other schedules. So I'm looking at Notre Dame to come in there off last year, making it there and win this year. Of course, the usual suspects going to be there: Georgia, Ohio State, Oregon, those teams like that. And Rev, since we on a time constraint, I will say this quickly: USC will improve this year and win 10 in double-digit games. I'm putting that out there in the win right now. That's the abbreviated version.
You heard from Coach that they will win double-digit games. All right, Greg, give us your college football review.
Well, basically, I guess it's all about the redemption of the SEC to me. I mean, last two seasons, SEC really hadn't been raising that trophy, and we raised it for like I don't know how many years straight. So it's all about the SEC reclaiming their number one position as top conference in football, and it starts with my UGA Bulldogs. That's right, baby. We got to get our title back. We got to get back to the top. Been 2 years since we raised that trophy, and we're feeling a little lonely over there in our trophy case, man. The last two collecting some dust right now. We need to go get some Windex and shine them off. Been too long, so we got to go for 3 and 5 years. I wanted 3 and 4 years, but 3 and 5 years still sound a little good. But I mean, we are bringing a top class into this season. I'm not sure if it won the number one class of 2025. It was definitely the number two class. Excuse me, yeah. But I'm definitely excited for the prospect of this class coming in now. Question marks I do have. I'm still not quite sold on an important position on the team, which is the quarterback position for my team. That's Gunner Stockton. Like I say, still to me is a little inexperienced, but I'm hoping throughout the season he'll gain the experience he needs for us to go on the championship run. I mean, if we won the championship with Stetson Bennett, I mean, Gunnar Stockton ain't too far off, but still, we need to have solid and consistent quarterback play from our position. We got to get our running back game on track. We got to get that defense back to doing what Georgia does, and that's not letting folks run all over us like Tech and some other teams did, Notre Dame did last year. We got to stop the run. It starts up front first. That's what we got to get back to stopping the run first. Running the ball and stopping the run. That's what UGA football is all about. That's how we won our last 2 championships, and that's how we're going to win again, baby. Stopping the run and running the football. In addition to those playmakers we got on receiver coming in this year, I still don't want to rely on them all the time. I want to get back to doing the basic, running that rock and stopping that rock from coming down the field on us. Sacks, that's why we got to get our sack total back up. We just got to get back playing UGA football. What I saw last year, it was another team's football disguised as UGA football, but that wasn't a UGA football me and Ray was accustomed to the previous year. So we got to get back to domination on defense, domination on that offensive line and running game on offense, and just solid play at the quarterback position and get back to championship football. And my college prediction for the SEC to rise up again, starting with UGA. We'll probably have the most teams in the playoffs this year again. Of course, Texas trying to be one of us, even though they're a bunch of babies to the SEC. But we still got a few teams in that top 25 that's going to represent. And I'm really anxious to see how that trader Carson Beck does down there in the Miami. I hope Carson Beck's true colors are exposed. But other than that, I expect to see another good college football season. James Franklin, let's see if he win a big game. We're going to see. What's old buddy at LSU, Brian Kelly, what's he gonna do at LSU? Is this gonna be his year? He gonna rise up and get fired? I mean, his seat is becoming hot, coach. I know you want to fire. What's old Dab buddy gonna do at Clemson? Like I said, it's a lot of question marks. What's Winston DuckTales gonna do? Like I said, we got a lot of good teams supposed to be. We got a lot of question marks, so we're gonna see. Like I say, the usual suspects will be there. If it's a dark horse, well, let's see if Coach's USC team can join the pack this year. I think they missed the playoffs by a game last year. I would love to see them get in the pack. And other than that, Arizona State, I don't know about them now. Arizona State gonna win championship. Let's see them get through the gauntlet of the SEC first before Arizona State start talking that mess. Yeah, y'all got lucky last year, but we'll see what y'all gonna do. But anyway, it all begins today, baby. So we gonna see how the season plays out. But UGA, go down.
All right, I got a question for both of y'all. Let me go through these comments real quick. Special note for the sound effects. Did y'all get a budget increase? Just learn how to make it do what we make it do. As Red was talking about the Georgia Bulldogs, I just found this one. Who let the dogs out, baby? All right, here we go. I just said, wow, I can't believe I'm up this early. Got paid to you guys. Thanks for the love. Appreciate you. Joe Black said, Coach, what USC you talking about? Definitely not Lincoln Riley.
Oh, Lord, Joe Black. There you go again. Every year, and we always do better than your team. Where is he a Georgia fan?
He's a Georgia fan. That you could have got away with that in 2018-19, Coach. Can't do that in 2020.
Okay, well, okay.
There was upon a time that could hold some weight. But now that's no longer the day. All right. Joe Black said, Red, the team will play hard for Gunn. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see. Jerome Case said, I'm hoping FSU can beat Alabama and recover some self-respect for the program. Colorado looked decent. We'll make great strides. Put that D in there, bro. By the next game, and the truth is Coach Prime did poorly with clock management. He has to do better.
Are you kidding me? Coach Prime?
James Holloway said, now Red started laughing. So that must be an inside thing between y'all. Winston said, I caught that shot there, buddy. Oregon going to be the dark horse next year is the opening of our window. Joe Black said it's too much orange in Atlanta this weekend.
That's
So it must be Clemson there.
Uh-huh.
And then
All
Tampa Bay. I mean Tampa Bay.
Clemson and
All
LSU.
so let me go back to Red, and then I'm coming back to you, Coach, because I need you to expound on something you said. I cannot let what you said go without further explanation. I'll come to you in just a second, Coach. So fasten your seatbelt. Don't go nowhere. Red.
I'm scared.
What's up, big dog?
They mentioned about Gunnar Stockton kind of being on the Stetson Bennett level. Now, the question I have for you is this. Stetson Bennett was blessed to have elite talent around him. Elite skills position. Elite line. Solid wide receivers. Is that Gunnar Stockton's testimony as he enters this football season?
Well, it was definitely not last season, but like I said, the class that we got coming in this season is much better than the last season. So, will it be as elite as Stetson Bennett? Well, Rev, now come on, man. That those two classes were so elite, man. I mean, those were record elite classes. I mean, I think we broke the record for the most NFL players coming from those two teams in those 2 years. So, I mean, can he be that elite? I'm not quite sure that elite, but can he be elite enough to compete with the teams in college football this season? Yeah, because I think we getting at least 2 additions to our defensive line that we needed, and I think we'll be in better position to stop the run this year. Now, our running game, that's a little question because I'm not quite sure the beast we have in that backfield. But it's Georgia, so I know they're gonna have somebody there who I'm not anticipating. Gunnar Stockton. Now his experience, that's the question, and the experience on his O-line and the weapons he have at the receiver, that's the question too. But I think we did get an upgrade at receiver this past offseason. I mean, they were getting playmakers from all kind of areas. I mean, Georgia did up their receiving recruitment game this past offseason. So hopefully that'll be an improvement for Gunnar. I'm not quite sure how well how good he is at using his receiving weapons. That remains to be seen. But real talk, Rev, as long as he's not out there turning that football over like somebody else, like somebody who leased Lamborghinis for no reason, as long as he ain't out there turning that football over at a high rate, I really don't think Gunnar can hold us back with the class we coming in. Like I say, as long as we get back to running that rock, stopping that run, and playing elite defense, if Gunnar just be a competent and decent game manager, I think that'll be enough to get us through the SEC. But if it's not, then Kirby's gonna have some quarterback questions to answer. But the guy coming after Gunnar is probably a little bit better anyway. But that's next season. We got to worry about this season.
All right. Your running back, who's coming back, pretty solid season last year, is Nate Frazier, Red, for Georgia.
Yeah. Okay. So Nate, that's pretty good. Pretty good, Nate Frazier.
All right. Correction. It's the Chick-fil-A game, and it's between Syracuse and Tennessee. That's why all the orange is in Atlanta this weekend, not for the Clemson game. All right.
I'm thinking the ETN that left was real.
Yeah. Thanks for correcting us. Good morning to you, Armani Newsom. Glad to have you.
Armatis is here.
James Joe Black said, Rev, I believe sometimes leadership and unity beats talent. Carson Beck was more talented than Stockton and Bennett, but he's a horrible teammate and leader. That's a fair point.
Well, we don't need that at UGA.
The coach's corner here, all hail the crown. Is he talking about Texas?
Mm-hmm. You know you're a Texas fan.
Yeah, they be bleeding by the end of the day.
The VP said Gamecocks and VT is ATL for tomorrow's game as well. more orange. All right. So since we're talking about, I got to go back to coach. Now, I cannot allow this to go unsaid. This is a sports show, coach. So you cannot make blanket statements and not put some substance to it. So, Red, what are you talking about? You started your review by basically saying Archie Manning, or not Archie Manning, but
Arch.
what's my name? What's his name?
Arch.
Arch.
Archie Manning. The nickname named after his grandfather will not win the Heisman Trophy. Say more.
I'm looking at the competition overall in the country. I can jump around the teams. You got Jermaine Smith. I mean, not Jermaine. I keep calling that boy Jermaine because I know it, Jermaine. Jeremiah Smith, who's the best wideout in the country. His stats is going to be up there. You got and I'm going to go out and go into my education now. You got a plethora of quarterbacks that have more experience and have played more than Arch Manning's 3 games, however many games he played.
All right, got to stop you right there, coach. Got to stop you right there.
All right.
You can't just throw plethora. That means many. So name some of the quarterbacks that got more experience than Arch Manning.
You got K.D. Klubnik. You got Garrett Nussmeier. You got Drew Aller. You got Lenora Sellers.
All right, now out of the ones you named, how many of them would you say are currently better than Arch Manning?
Pretty much based on the experience factor, all of them.
Okay. All right, so you're just going straight experience.
Yep.
Now, from the eye test, take experience out.
All right.
Who's better? Who's better than Arch Manning?
Well, I mean, I can't, I can't say Arch Manning is better.
Coach. Come on, now.
I was about to say, I can't say he's better because of the, everybody goes, that coach killer word potential comes up.
Coach, hold on, Coach. I'm not going to let you filibuster around this because you used to be a head coach and you had tryouts. So therefore, you didn't care if a kid had experience. Most of the time, you were looking for talent plus experience. If you saw those quarterbacks out there auditioning, who would you say is better? You've seen another Arch. He got some game film. So who would you say is a better talent than Arch Manning from the quarterbacks that you mentioned?
Sellers.
Okay, that could be a strong argument for Sellers. That's it, right?
I'll give Klubnik some. Drew Aller, I don't trust him because he's good. He's a good quarterback, but the Penn State part of me don't trust him because I don't trust Penn State, and I don't know if Franklin can put him in position to be as good as he's projected. And why are you talking about this, Red?
Here's the comment, Coach, for you. The coach's corner saying, so with no games played and the ranked best team in the NCAA on paper, how can you make this wild experience? He has a question. So experience trumps talent?
Mr. Coach's Corner, let me ask you a question. Who would you rather play with? And I'm going my basketball roots now. A team full of experience or a bunch of guys who can jump out the gym?
I think to your point, Coach, experience does matter. We see that we're starting to see that more in college basketball, right? The guys who played more are doing better than the freshman-oriented teams. We get that. I think there's like balance. It's balance. Most teams that have experience, they're junior seniors. Talent matters, and if you miss talent with experience, then you have a great product. So experience does matter because you could have there have been plenty of times where the more experienced player got the nod over the more talented. Been many experiences of that. So we can't deny that, especially in pro sports as well as college sports.
Let me get the caveat in there. Can Arch Manning be better than all of them? Of course he can, without a doubt. I'm not saying he can't, but that's just me seeing it from right now. I don't think he's gonna be good. I'm not saying he's gonna be better than all that. I'm saying that now. Could he fool me? Heck yeah. That's why they play sports. That's why they play them. That's why they played, not played on paper. They played inside little TV sets. So, you know,
Winston makes a valid,
he could
Winston
be
makes a valid point to strengthen your point, Coach. He says you can't say a player is better when they haven't played under the lights, yet as the lead dog. The QB for Georgia Tech is better than Arch as of this moment. We will definitely revisit this after today. And I would say we probably, if that's going to be a point, Winston, we got to revisit it after about 4 weeks. We got to have a little bit more data.
Yeah.
One
game sample.
Yeah, we can't just say after today because the quarterback for King would still have many more games ahead of Arch Manning. So I would say let's get some more games if that's going to be your point to have some more data. Jerome said, nah, Rev, you can't ask for stats and then make a subjective claim. I'm with Coach. Arch Manning has only thrown 63 passes in his college career. Coach has the right logic. Okay.
Rev, did you spell everything correctly?
Coach said, well, considering basketball, one player can win it for you. That's not equal. Fair point. That's a good, because Carmelo Anthony did it in 1 year, had no experience, and he was the best player on Syracuse, and they won national championships. That's a good point. But in football, I absolutely take talent generally over experience.
Really?
Joe Black says Manning will have at least one, maybe two losses to the team in Athens. He says Arch couldn't even beat out Ewers. Now, that's subjective.
No,
Hey, Coach coming for you, Jerome. Jay.
Yeah.
Coach heard that comment.
Joe Black, I don't know about that one, man. Sometimes we deal with politics, okay? And the politics of college football goes well. Ewers probably had some meal deals by some oil makers in Texas that made it a little bit hard. To sit Ewers down. So we got to take those things into consideration, because if Stark had sat Ewers down, some oil money would not have gone the way that oil person wanted that money to go. So we got to be careful. There are such things called politics. All right. Joe Black said he's joking. All right, thank you, Joe.
I'm a side note. This one. This is something not even connected to that game. But I saw we didn't talk. I know we forgot to put it first week. We got to put the black college games on this week. And I noticed Mississippi Valley State is playing where you can sit your money.
Coach, man, we having a real conversation about college football. You bringing in Mississippi Valley State. Come on, man.
Coach, what are we doing? I'm just bringing it. I'm bringing it up because they're opening up their new stadium this year. They're playing their first home game in a new stadium. And guess who Mississippi Valley plays next weekend? Who? The team who beat Army, Tarleton State. I just looked and saw that, and I'm like, oh Lord.
I'm gonna have you start raising your hand. I'm gonna say, what is the comment about before you make the comment?
I knew.
The coach wanted to take issue with what I said that's not true. The coach wanted to keep Quinn. Well, technically, we don't know what's true, all right, because we don't know what goes on behind closed doors. All right. So what we do know is Arch Manning is a better talent than Ewers. That's what we do know on paper. So we don't know what's going on behind closed doors. Winston said Arch talent-wise is superior to Ewers, but Ewers had the experience and he was locked in. Now, can Arch put it together or not? That's the question. Ewers was who he was going to be for years. Now, we've seen somebody make that kind of move where there was already a player planted as the QB, but to look at the bigger picture, that they went to the next level. We saw that at Clemson. when he brought Trevor Lawrence in over Bryant, the black quarterback who was already solidified at Clemson. But Trevor Lawrence took them to the next level, win the championship. Maybe, just maybe, Texas may have missed out on the opportunity to win a championship because they went with Ewers rather than Manning. We don't know. That could be speculated. But I don't think it's any doubt in saying that Arch Manning is a better talent than Ewers. All right. Jerome K said that's 2, Red. One more, and I'm going to make you move those mattresses upstairs.
What is he talking about?
I don't know what he specifics said, but that latter part was pretty funny. Jerome K, speaking of HBCU football, NSU, Norfolk State looked terrible. You can't trust the Spartans. Come on, man. That's the first game. Come on now. Give Michael Vick a chance. Give him a chance to get a few more practices, game feel before. They might have looked horrible, but, hey, there's a new system, new players. They're all trying to get to know each other. All right, let's move on to the big boys. Big trade that took place. Oh, matter of fact, no. We got to pause. I made some picks, man. It's college football season. We got 3 games. I know Red want to try to do some quick research.
Well, no. I knew we were picking. I'm bringing up. I knew we were picking games.
So we got 3 games: Notre Dame versus Miami, Clemson versus LSU, and Ohio State versus Texas. All right. Who was the college football champ last year?
Unfortunately, I choked it in the end.
So
I
who
can't remember
made
who beat.
it? Was me.
I think it was you, Real.
It was me.
I think it was you.
So just off the back of being the past champion, I go last.
I knew that was coming.
I go last. All right, here we go, gentlemen. 12 o'clock is coming. Let's make these picks. Matter of fact, let's do it with some Black College. We'll get the Black College report next week. We'll give you.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right, let's do this, gentlemen. Coach, you going first. Notre Dame versus Miami. Who you got, Coach?
Notre Dame is going to really hurt Miami. This is going to be what's called the Carson Beck baptism. He doesn't have those receivers that Ward had last year. He lost some players. So, and Notre Dame returns a very healthy starting lineup with Jeremiah Love in the backfield. And even though they got a new quarterback, CJ, you can drive my car, they still going to beat Miami down and win the game.
Ray, who you got, man?
Yeah, I'm with Coach. Unfortunately, I got to be a big hater this year, so I'm rooting for his exposure in Miami. So we can't start his exposure with him beating Notre Dame. Even though they at home, I'm going for Notre Dame. I'm with Coach. Love and Fields and Buckner, they got to go down there and be ready for this kid. I mean, he don't have the UGA family behind him now, so you all on your own now, Carson. Let's see what you can do down with the youth. I don't think you can do much, and we're gonna see tonight. Starting with Notre Dame coming down there. Notre Dame wins this. Let's go, Fighting Irish.
I didn't trust Carson Beck when he played for Georgia. I sure don't trust him playing in Miami. So give me Notre Dame to take down Carson Beck and the Miami Hurricanes. On to the next game, Clemson versus LSU. This game is being played in Death Valley, gentlemen. Ray, who you got, man?
I'm going with home team. Even though LSU is an SEC. Oh no. What, Death Valley? You mean Death Valley for LSU?
Not Death Valley. I'm talking. What's the Clemson's stadium?
Okay. All right. Yeah. That's what I say. Okay. Well, actually, it's gonna be played
Death
in
Valley too?
anyway, playing in Mercedes-Benz.
They're playing
Anyway.
in South Carolina.
Okay.
Memorial Stadium.
All right. I'm taking home team Clemson. Dabo Swinney fired up. Seems like he thinks he's gonna have a much better team than the team we fielded last season. And I don't trust Brian Kelly for nothing in the world. He ain't done nothing since he been at LSU, and he didn't do too much in Notre Dame. It seems like Robinson has done more in Notre Dame than Kelly ever did. And now he's bringing the choking moment to LSU. Well, Dabo Swinney look like he's more fired up. Maybe he got his mojo back. Probably had a decent recruiting class this offseason. So I'm gonna go with Dabo. I'm a man. Oh no, that was the other clown at Ohio State. My bad. I'm gonna go with Dabo from Clemson over Kelly.
Brian Kelly has not won a neutral field opening game since he's been at LSU. I sure don't expect him to go into Dabo Swinney land to go beat Clemson while Clemson has home field advantage. And in college football, home field advantage goes a long way because of the crowd noise. So I got to go with Clemson to take care of Brian Kelly and let the chatting begin in Baton Rouge that Brian Kelly got to go. Coach, who you got, man?
Man, please. Brian Kelly need to be fired after this year. He's constantly lose. And by the way, trivia question: who did Brian Kelly lose to last year in the opening game?
Was the USC?
Yes, sir. We're gonna move along. All right. I dare Garrett Nussmeier to do anything. I guarantee he's gonna throw 2 interceptions tonight. I'm putting 2 interceptions on Nussmeier in Death Valley. They're gonna see the real. It's the battle of the Tigers, the battle of Death Valley, and Clemson gonna come out. Clemson got one of the most solid defensive front lines in the country, and they're gonna make life hard on Nussy. So he ain't got Jefferson and Bryant and Neighbors and all them guys, them wideouts that LSU used to have. Clemson about 30. I'm just playing. Nah, they gonna win.
So, Coach, this is what we got to look forward to this college football season. You making shameless plug for USC.
No,
that's what we resorted to with USC now.
Early. It's early in the year. You got to get it out the way early, so in case you never hear it again.
All right, last game we coming to you, Reverend Night Nation, to see your picks. We see them coming. It's Ohio State versus Texas. I'm not going to take long. It's a family thing for me. My little cousin makes his debut as a linebacker for the Ohio State University. That enough is enough for me to allow me to pick the Ohio State Buckeyes to win a home game against Texas, even with Arch Manning, and also the Ohio State. They are the defending champions. So I'm going to go with Ohio State to defend home field advantage. Coach, who you got, man?
I dare Arch Manning to throw on Caleb Downs in his area. I'm going to put a dare out there to him right now. Coach's corner while you Texas fan. I dare you to throw anywhere near Caleb Downs and that secondary, in his side of the field. Ohio State going to win. They had to shoot 102,000 of his closest friends going to be there. It's going to be Ohio State.
Red, I have a feeling you're going in a different direction. Go ahead.
You're real. Your feelings are usually accurate, my buddy. Yep. Coach's corner. You got one. One supporter up here this week. I'm going with them Longhorn boys. I'm going with them all being from Texas this week. Somebody got to represent the SEC. Ryan Day, man, dude, you still Ryan that night to me, man. You still ain't convinced me. Yeah, you were lucky. My UGA boys and them Oregon boys got eliminated before they could really force you to play a big game. Notre Dame, man, come on. That wasn't a big enough game for you to be tooting your chest like you finally did it. We're going to see this year, Ryan Day, when you got some real competition now, buddy. We're going to see if you can get luck up and do it again. I say you can't. And it starts today with a loss in game 1. All right, Coach, your boys better not let me down now. Let's go, Longhorn. Better win today, because you know you ain't winning when you face me and Rail boys, okay? So better win today, Longhorn, or because you know when you face them UGA dogs, we going to be cutting up that steak, baby. So win now and get the reality check later. But anyway, you going down, Brian Day. You going down, Eric Ross. Down, down, down.
All right, man. River Night Nation has made their picks. Winston got Notre Dame. Joe Black got Notre Dame. The Coach's Corner got Notre Dame. Vincent Woodruff got Notre Dame. Lowering them Storm to Category 2. Sorry, Maurice Thrower. Nobody got Miami. The Coach's Corner going with Clemson over LSU. Winston said, no. I got LSU. Joe Black said, I don't trust Brian Kelly. Give me Clemson. Win that big game. VP said Taters will take the Bayou Bengals out in a close one. 4-point spread got Clemson. Armani got Clemson. Mr. Kelly won't be at LSU long. The Coach's Corner said Arch and the great Texas Longhorn over Ohio State. Winston says Ohio State beats the brakes off Texas. Armani said, no. I got Texas by 14. Joe Black said, no. OSU wins a close one. The Coach's Corner said, Coach, I will absolutely make sure to come find you when it happens, when Arch Manning throws at Caleb Downs. Don't disappear, sir. Alexis Hill said, hey, guys, another season. I'm going to hate this for real. Georgia Tech will beat Georgia. Laugh out loud. I'm sorry, laugh out loud. I need to wait a while. Let's wait till November. All right? Let's remember, Ohio State got a new QB and a new OC, which are both true. The VP said the burnt orange will go down. And I think the VP is trying to slide the South Carolina game in. We're not picking that game, VP. Even if you try to slide the game in, we're still not picking that game. But Lenore Sellers is a ball. I will give you that. All right, gentlemen, that ends our first half of the Red and Rev Sports Show. This is going to be more abbreviated. We'll be right back. Talk a little baseball. Talk a little basketball. Talk a little football. Let's go. We'll be right back. And we are back for the second half.
Rev.
Yes, sir.
Can I sneak another dope moment in there real quick?
It got to be real quick because we're under time constraints.
Ohio State just spelled out Lee Corso's name on the football field during the pregame. That's a talented band right there.
They are arguably the best band, black or white band, in the land.
I agree.
They are arguable, and that's by great band people who've made that comment. That's not Rev making an opinion. That's by folk who know that kind of work. So they are definitely great. All right, Red. So we're going to have to forego the Braves report. That's not real important this week. Okay. because we're under time constraints. It's already 12:04, and I want to be respectful
You know,
of
our
time constraints because we did not address the elephant in the sports week, and that was Michael Parsons. Traded to the Green Bay Packers. Who would ever thought that Michael Parsons, one of the best edge rushers in the game, would be traded because he and Jerry cannot come to terms on a new contract? Real quickly, I got to put you on some time constraints. 2 minutes. What says you, Red?
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, there's only so many places this could go. But once we reach a certain point, once I guess Michael Parsons felt disrespected. I guess it was only a matter of time before he requested a trade, and if he was gonna pull the antics he pulled last week, it was only a matter of time for Dallas, if they had any pride about themselves, went ahead and honored his trade request. So Michael Parsons in Green Bay now. He got the money he wanted. Jerry, obviously, I hope he got the compensation he wanted, because if he didn't, then dude, this was all for naught. But it was all your fault, man. Basically, because you wasted time. And Jerry, I mean, this whole soap opera is on him, because the thing about Jerry is Jerry wants to take care of all his children, you know. But Jerry needs to realize that he's not young and restless anymore. And us in the sports world, we only have one life to live, Jerry. You can't be the guiding light for all your players, man. And as the world turns, Jerry, you got to realize we are in the remaining days of our lives, okay? So please, please, please take us out of another world that you have us in, and please start making decisions quickly before we all end up in a sports general hospital, okay, Jerry? Thank you. All right, because this all could have been done earlier. If you wanted to trade Michael Parsons, dude, you could have did this long before the draft and got way more compensation. But then you want to bide your time, do what you want to, and now look at you. You had to trade him for a bunch of pennies on the dollar, and you know nobody will say you got the right compensation for this kid. But he's happy. He's in Green Bay now, and I think he has a better chance to win a ring while in Green Bay than he ever did with the Cowboys. And I'll let somebody else talk.
I really
Oh,
been
Lord.
rehearsing that all week long.
You sure
Incorporated almost every soap opera. I must take issue. I didn't hear Beyond the Gates reference. So include that in your diatribe, your soap opera diatribe next time. But that was pretty cool. Coach, your thoughts, man?
Oh boy, that was a good one. I can't. Michael Parsons. I'm sorry, Michael, as Jerry Jones said. Jerry, you know, it's sad to see that your statement is true, and you said it to the American public, and now everybody knows. You just here for clicks, likes, and for your team to be seen on TV and be in the news. Because they're not going to be in the news for on the field stuff. They're going to be in the news for off the field stuff. That's what you're concentrating on. You're not concentrating on getting the best product out on the field. You can say you are, but you're going to get rid of Dak after this year, probably. More than likely, going to do something with him. And then you remember George Pickens got a contract coming up next year. What you going to do with him? Is it going to be another thing where you just shovel him off because you don't want to have a discussion? You know, Jerry, it's bad. The Cowboys used to be respected. There's no respect for the Cowboys anymore. They're a laughing stock, and it's because of their owner. And that's the main reason why this trade went down. And I know there's one person that jumped up and down and texted me right after it happened, and that was my brother, who's a diehard Green Bay fan. He's jumping up and down and kicking his legs up because he said all they needed was a defense. They got a pretty good offense. So now he's saying they wanted a team to beat the NFC, and you can't deny that they are. because of what they got. So, Jerry, watch Dallas fall down. They made it finish lower than the Giants.
Oh, man. I'm going to just say something real quick, and then we're going to get into 5 of 5. In my line of work, foundations matter. And the foundation was flawed on the beginning of how the contract talks began. Jerry Jones tried to get around talking to Micah Parsons' agent. And that's when all of this went to HE double hockey sticks and back. The foundation is important. You basically disrespected Micah Parsons' agent. And the agent let you know, ain't nobody got time for that. Going back to coach, to one of the points you made, guess what? Micah Parsons' agent is also the agent for George Pickens. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. All right, let's see what somebody else got to say. Monty said Corso picked Ohio State to win. Wentz said, I said this a while ago, Jerry was playing in that man's face, not understanding the man, not the player Micah is. You tried to backdoor him with numbers when he didn't know the lingo was diabolical. Yep. Wentz said that was the icing on the cake. As soon as Micah said, tell my agent the same thing, and the agent heard it, it was done. You tried to railroad him because you're a GM talking decades familiar things. Joe Black said Jerry is a worse GM than Terry. That's not breaking
news.
For the Falcons, that's not breaking news. The president said it wasn't even about the money; it's the respect. True. Wentz said Micah agent saved him. He would have been cooked. That handshake deal was enough to hold up. That's why Micah has acted the way he has since the agent was involved. Micah Parsons' agent and Kirk Cousins' agent are the GOATs. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. All right, we're going to go to this 5 for 5, man. We got 5 hot topics that we need to talk about. The panel. Gentlemen, we're going to put you all on that 1 minute time frame, 45 seconds, single screen, 15 seconds, group screen, go over that minute with mute. Revenant Nation, feel free to put in your comments while the panel's talking. We'll come to your comments right after they get through talking. So we'll make sure we include. The president said this was equivalent to losing James Bond to Spectre. And the VP, before he gets on the plane, said, I'm still here to do my job. Q Lunitz, you got it.
Oh, boy.
Let's do this. Here are the 5 topics. Let's start with them. We're going U.S. Open first. Townsend, our sister, versus Ostapinko. What do we have to say about the ordeal that got racial? Red, what you got?
I was very proud of our sister Tammy Townsend for handling herself in the respected way that she did. I mean, things could have went much worse. Things could have got completely heated, completely sideways, but she handled herself respectfully and still got her point across, which is what most intelligent sisters do in situations like that. Much love to you, my sister Tammy Townsend, for winning the match and then winning the aftermath of the match too. That's right. Winning your match is telling her you don't know nothing. I'm more educated than you can ever be. And then being even classy at the press conference. Like I say, Tammy Townsend, much dope and much respect to you. I didn't even know who you were until this week. I know who you are now, and I'll never forget it. We got some sisters on this tennis tour, and I love it. Black women rocking U.S. tennis.
Coach.
I'm going to quote the great wrestling announcer that's still around, that's back in the day, Jim Ross, when he said it was absolutely pathetic. You lose a tennis match and you start talking about the girl education and class and all that. Is it that serious? I mean, you just took an old certified government mule grade A butt whooping, and now that's the first thing you're going to roll with, class and education. Thank you, osteoporosis. You lost this one, so go on about your business. Tammy Townsend won again last night, by the way. So she moving on to the round of 16.
All right, on to the next subject. Since there are no comments from Revenant Nation, the Cleveland QB situation is settled. Flacco, Gabriel, then Shador Sanders. What says you about that, Coach?
Well, Reb, since we on a short show, I can you like to use my favorite word, so I'm gonna use it right now. Stay tuned.
Red, what you got?
My sentiments is exactly with Coach. This ain't over. This ain't over by a long shot. You won this round, Dylan Gabriel, but you ain't won the war, and you have yet to win any battles. So we'll see. Stay tuned, like Coach said.
All right, no comments from Revenant Nation. We'll move on to the next. McLaurin for the Commanders. Hendrickson for the Bengals are both signed, big time signings for both of those players. They will be playing week 1. What are your thoughts about the signings, Red?
I'm not surprised the Bengals went the cheat route and just gave him a 1-year raise extension. Little surprised the Redskins went 3 years, but not completely shocked. I mean, the McLaurin has that chemistry with Jalen Daniels, and you don't want to upset that cart right now. I mean, if it's working for you, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So Washington's taking a gamble with a receiver at his age, but hey, I mean, as long as he out there producing, baby, it's money well spent. So good job for both teams. It shouldn't have took this long, but the deals are done. Time to play football. Let's go.
Coach.
Great deals for both of them. Good deals, yes. Super Bowl, no. In the store.
All right. Joe Black said, surprise Henderson settled for a 1-year raise.
He didn't want to play.
He is right. He's tired of it.
Rashee Rice suspended for 6 games for his motor issues a year ago. How do you feel about that suspension? It was negotiated to 6 games after the NFL wanted 10. They settled at 6. Your thoughts, Coach?
Serve your punishment. Come back in and play and consider yourself lucky it wasn't more than that.
Red, what you got?
Yeah, dude, you keep getting these slaps on the wrist. You better realize you lucky to be in the situation you are. So stop screwing around. Realize how blessed you are, and stay out of trouble. Serve the suspension, come back and do what you're supposed to do, and that's making plays for the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. That's all you got to do, dude, to have a good life. You don't need to be worried about nothing else. You play for the Kansas City Chiefs. Your quarterback is Patrick Mahomes. Life should be good. Stop screwing around before you screw up your life. Now, like Coach said, certain suspicions, come back and play football. And start living your life the right way. And stay out of trouble, man. And hopefully, a few years, we forget about all this. Stuff will go away. Come on, Rice. We're pulling for you. Real, we need to hear your opinion because it's your player.
I agree. I'm glad the suspension is now rather than later, so that he would be in prime conditioning for our run to the Super Bowl. So I'm good with it. I mean, he needs to pay the price for a terrible decision. And like you said, Red, he's fortunate to play with arguably one of the best quarterbacks to ever do it. You don't take this lightly. Plus, he's messing with his own money. He hasn't gotten the bag yet. So by making this stupid mistake, unless he plays lights out for these next 2 years, when it's time to sign his contract, he may not even get a chance to even think about 20 million, 30 million, because the character flaws are going to cost him millions of dollars. All right, coach's brother Showing them some love, hard hitting analysis by the coach. Brotherly love. On to the next. Red, I know you're loving this topic. Travis and Taylor get engaged. Sounds like an entertainment topic more than a sports topic, and we know that Red loves entertainment. So, Red, what you got to say about this?
Very happy for the couple. It just proved that it was more than a blip. Proved it was more than a publicity stunt. I mean, most people definitely not no Taylor Swift. Don't take engagements lightly. So I don't know about Travis, but I know Taylor Swift is definitely serious about this. I mean, I think this is her first engagement. So I'm pretty sure she's madly in love, and Travis seems to be happy too. So, and please, folks, stop bringing up Travis' old relationship with his ex-girlfriend. That is not. She ain't saying too much about it. I don't know what she said the other day. It don't matter. And Travis has moved on, so we moving on. Travis and Taylor are happy. I'm happy for them, and I guess Chiefs Nation, real is more another comment we need from you, real, because this is Chiefs Nation right here. How happy is Chiefs Nation? Y'all got Taylor Swift and part of the family now, real. Permanent fixture. When we see the Chiefs, we gonna see Taylor Swift. So get ready for it, real. You gonna have lots of Taylor in your upcoming future, man.
Coach, what you got, man?
Congratulations.
As we conclude this, I'm gonna say this. Travis Kelce's play will help me understand if he's focused or not. And if being engaged helps him with focus. Kelce's a wild boy. Like he's that party animal. And it'll be interesting to see if this stabilizes him and his focus. So that's what I'm banking on, that he'll be more focused. Yes, he has a lot of miles on those tires, but hopefully a renewed focus as well as additional help with the wide receiving core will allow him to at least be 80% of the Kelce that we're accustomed to in Kansas City. So that's what I'm hoping. That's definitely what I'm hoping. And congratulations to Swift and Kelce. The press says it's going to be a dynamite wedding, TNT. Facts. And I'll say this. Kelce definitely married up when it comes to economics. So he don't have to worry about a gold digger coming his way.
No.
Joe Black said, congratulations, TNT. They can get married in February since the Chiefs won't be in the Super Bowl.
Oh. Joe Black firing shots all over today, I see.
And where will the Falcons be at the same time? Because we got more data that shows the Chiefs will be there than the Falcons. We got way more data that shows that.
You see, Joe, when you make shots like that, you got to be prepared for the blowback. I don't know why Falcon fans love taking shots at champions, but okay.
Yeah, come on, Joe, man. We've been in the Super Bowl 4 out of 5 years, 3 straight years. Come on now. Come on, Joe. Falcons fans gotta bow down a little bit. See, I'm not even trying to root against the Falcons, but when you take shots at the Chiefs, I have to come at you, man. The Falcons are on the way up. When you talk Chiefs, we're talking Super Bowls. We talk Falcons, you're on the way up trying to win the NFC South. That's what we're doing.
Ooh.
That's what we're doing. We're on the way up to win the NFC South. That's what we're doing, Joe. That's what we're doing.
Falcon fans, I try to warn y'all. You're gonna know where you at. Know your surroundings. Stay in your lane. Don't make statements that's gonna come back to bite you in the butt.
He said, Rev is a Falcons fan. Time for him to come back home. Love don't live.
Well, you just got embarrassed.
You don't want to.
I want the Falcons to do well. I'm still an emotionless Falcons fan. I don't care if they win or lose. I want them to do well. But they can't do. I don't want them to do well against the Chiefs. Mahomes is my guy. He said, let's start with trying to win a halftime.
Seriously.
For sure. All right, gentlemen, we're going to get out of here. It's about that time. Who has the right to do what, when, where, and how? What you got, Red? You normally go first, so we'll go with you.
Well, since I didn't do a Braves report today, I have a Braves mention. Braves, you got the right to retool this entire pitching staff. These jokers are pure trash. I mean, trash. Well, where y'all get these pictures from? Half of these guys, I don't even know who they are. Some of these guys, I don't know their name, know where they came from. All I know is I don't want to see them on the team next year. I mean, Cantrell, I mean, Elder. I mean, it gets to the point I'm putting Strider in there right with these clowns, but at least he did okay the other night. But man, oh, Braves. Alex, boy, you have got some work to do in the offseason. Alex, you have the right to not rest at all this offseason. And to this pitching rotation, this pitching staff is fixed, man. Okay? All these pitchers need to be revoked, okay? I mean, God, this is awful. I think the Braves hold a record for the most starters used in one season already this year. This is God awful, man. I mean, I think this is the worst, probably the worst since the 80s, Rev. I've seen the Braves pitchers look this bad, man. I mean, this is just straight trash we throwing out there every day. We don't even have a chance unless we scoring 10 or 12 runs. So, Braves, you got the right to fix this pitching staff and fix it now, so we can at least have a chance. We just wasting our skill players' careers. Come on now, Alex. Boy, you got some work to do this offseason. Go Braves.
Coach, who has the right to do what, when, where, and how?
Coach Prime, you have the right to look at Juju Lewis next game. Salters didn't look that bad. You might have to make a little change, and also try to use your timeouts when you got them. You ended the game with 2 timeouts. They don't carry over like on the show Press Your Luck. So use your timeout, sir.
And I'll round it up. Atlanta Braves, you have the right, number one, not to get embarrassed tomorrow night, because I'll be in the stadium. Number two, you have the right to win the game. All right? My Atlanta Braves paraphernalia is on the line.
Who pitching, Rev? Who pitching for us that game? I hope it's Waldrop.
It is Waldrop, and that's the main reason why I decided to go to the game.
Oh, thank God. Woo, that's sad. That's the only guy we can depend on these days.
Last time I saw the Braves at the Philly Stadium, that's when Schellenbach was coming up and showing us that he was that dude. So I'm hoping to see that Waldrop is continuing to keep hope alive to say that the future is bright. So matter of fact, Red, to your question, before I purchased the ticket, I went on ESPN to see who's scheduled to start.
Good, man. You learned it, man. You learned.
Because I wasn't about to get one of these clowns like Elder. I'm not paying to go to a softball game.
Yeah. Or Cantrell.
We know Michael Harris gonna have a good game.
Huh?
Michael Harris gonna have a good game.
Yeah, I need to text him, let him know I'll be there.
I'll tell you a guy the Braves need to think about bringing back, even just bring him back for spring practice. Joey Wentz. Joey Wentz is just trying to hold his own a little bit, even though his last outing was a little. Well, no, his outing before last was bad. Last outing was okay.
Yeah. Winston says Ohio State has the right to bear arch up today like Drago versus Clubber. Great show, fellas. Appreciate you. All right, we're going to get out of here. Thank y'all so much for watching episode 387 of the Red and Rev Sports Show. We'll be back. Same Facebook page, same YouTube channel. If you enjoyed the show, share it. Tag somebody. Who knows your tag is share? Might bring somebody else to Rev Night Nation. Thank y'all, guys. We truly appreciate you, and we can't let it go. The president has the push alert. He's taking Florida State over Alabama. Do you hear that, Almighty?
No,
The President's upset special.
I don't know. Did he smell it? Did you smell it though?
He didn't
President.
smell it from the concern. He may have tried to cook it. He burned it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Our
well, if you smell
NFL
it-
preview next week, fellas. NFL preview. NFL football is back.
The
What was
rap
that
is back next week. The rap is back next week.
Uh-oh. The rap is back. All right.
Is that smelling?
I guess that's the smell it. That's the smell it.
Was
And we got two football games. We got two football games Thursday and Friday, fellas, to pick before they start.
Gotcha. All right, we're out of here. Peace and love, everybody.